Today we're making my brioche cinnamon French toast. This is made with thickly sliced brioche and we're serving it with some salted butter and a generous amount of maple syrup. This makes for a really easy, delicious breakfast and has a rich buttery flavour, a crisp outside and a fluffy middle. Here's how we make it. So first we need to make the custard, which we'll be soaking the bread in. To do this, we're going to crack 4 large eggs into a mixing bowl, then add in 125 grams of whole milk, 75 grams of double cream, 3 tablespoons of caster sugar, a teaspoon of ground cinnamon, a teaspoon of vanilla paste, and a pinch of table salt. Then we whisk it by hand to combine. This custard makes a great base for loads of different flavourings. You could add in some orange zest or swap the cinnamon out for some pumpkin spice. So once the custard's mixed, we're going to transfer it to a shallow dish and then it's ready to use. Now let's talk about the bread. I've gone for a pre-sliced loaf of brioche which I got from the supermarket, but you could use challah or a good quality white bread instead. Whatever type of bread you use, it's best to slice it thick. This stuff was around 1.5 centimeters. So to cook the French toast, we're going to set a large frying pan over a medium heat, add in half a tablespoon of vegetable oil and a small knob of butter. Then whilst the butter's melting, we're going to add a couple of slices of brioche into the custard and let it soak for 15 to 20 seconds on each side. The bread should be well soaked but not soggy. Then we're going to lift the bread out of the custard, let any excess drain off and then add it into the hot pan. Now we're going to cook the French toast for 1 to 2 minutes on each side until it's crisp and golden brown. Your frying pan shouldn't be overly hot though, because French toast can burn quite easily. I like to press the French toast down gently with a spatula just so the bread's in full contact with the pan. Anyway, once the French toast is cooked, it can be served straight away or kept warm in the oven. An oven temperature of around 95 degrees Celsius or 200 degrees Fahrenheit is best, and if you keep the French toast on a wide cooling rack in a tray, it'll keep it crisp. Then it's just a case of cooking the French toast in batches until you've used up all your bread. This recipe makes enough custard to soak 8 slices of brioche. And if your frying pan needs more fat in, add in oil and butter. The butter's used for flavour and the oil stops the butter from burning. So now that all our French toast is cooked, it's time to plate up. I'd recommend serving the French toast as soon as it's all ready. If it stays in the oven for too long, it can start to dry out. You can see here that each slice is crisp and golden. I'll cut into a slice shortly just to show how fluffy it is on the inside still. Anyway, to plate up. You can plate the French toast up as individual portions, but what I like to do is stack a load of it up onto a plate, drizzle over the maple syrup and then serve it as a sharing plate. Everyone can just grab a piece that way, and it also looks really good. I'm also going to top my French toast with a piece of salted butter. You could use Greek yogurt instead, or even a scoop of ice cream. And that's all there is to it. Just make sure to serve your French toast while it's still nice and warm. The full written recipe for this French toast and loads of other breakfast dishes can be found on my blog saltbuttersmoke.com. And if you've enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you next week for another recipe.